welcome to Political Empire. This is Jeff Horstman with the Press Enterprise and PE.com, and we have reporter Jim Miller coming to us from Sacramento to talk about the end of the current legislative session. So, Jim, what were some of the highlights?
Well, it's still playing out. The session is scheduled to end on September 13th, and may actually end a day earlier because of Yom Kippur and some other various events going on. But there's a few different, several major pieces of legislation still in the works dealing with the California Environmental Quality Act, minimum wage, gun control legislation. But in just the last several days, there's been two sets of legislation dealing with how to respond to three-judge panel's order to California to reduce overcrowding in its prison system. And you had one proposal coming from the governor, three of the four legislative leaders, and law enforcement groups that basically wants to spend about $700 million over 2 years to put thousands of inmates into county jails, send them out of state, and also to keep open indefinitely the prison, the California Rehabilitation Center over there in Norco. And then less than 24 hours later, Senate Democrats came out with their proposal that would cost much less, and it basically involves getting some additional time to reduce overcrowding and then setting up a grant program for local programs to reduce recidivism, mental health treatment, substance abuse treatment, that sort of thing. So as last week ended, it did not. There was no obvious meeting of the minds on these two different approaches. So it's going to play out over the next 2 weeks.
All right, and you kind of touched on it earlier, but when does the legislature reconvene, and what are going to be some of the top items once they come back?
The legislature will reconvene in early January. Going back in my memory here, but yes, they'll be back and they're scheduled to come back in early January. There's always the chance of a special session during the fall or before that for one reason or another. And this is the first year of the 2-year session, so anything that doesn't get acted on this year, they could continue to work on. And as far as what that might be, the jury's out. I think it's going to depend on what happens the next couple of weeks. One of the things that most people are saying is not going to happen this year, we'll have to wait until 2014, is any legislation to legalize online poker or other forms of online gambling in California. Some inland Southern California tribes have been involved in those talks, and even though there is some legislation out there, it seems the consensus and the conventional wisdom is that nothing will happen until 2014 at the earliest.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Jim. We appreciate it. And thank you for watching Political Empire. We'll see you next time.